Hey, what's going on everybody? Brandon Charleston here, recording another quick video for all things AI automation so you can save time, make more money, and all things that you do in your life. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a really awesome and quick template so that you can do fresh and scheduled scrapes of Crunchbase so you can parse the data and basically put your automated outreach on Rails, and so you can reach out for all the clients and prospects that you want to. Basically, one of the platforms that are near and dear to my heart, which is Clay, obviously, but also another one called n8n. I'm a big fan of n8n. It's similar to your Zapier and your Make.com, but I love the fact that you can self-host it because you can really trial and do anything that you want to. You're just paying for compute time. If you guys would like to see a tutorial on how to make it on your self-host, your website essentially, put it down in the comments and let me know, and I'll definitely see about doing that. So with that said, let's dive right in. So first and foremost, full credit goes out to Lucas. Appreciate you creating this template, man, because I definitely look forward to using it. And so this particular template is on the templates area of n8n. And so if you haven't already checked out that library, there's a lot of good stuff in there, right? So with this one, you're going to want to, this one particularly points to Google Sheets, and so if Google Sheets is your name of the game, then it's pretty much good to go. You just need to plug in a couple other things before you're ready to rock. But for me and this scenario, I'm going to put the Clay spin on things to where we can take it even further. So firstly, you're going to want to check out this platform called Piloter. I think that's what it's called, or how you pronounce it, based on their YouTube. That's how they pronounce it, so I'm pretty sure I'm right there. But this is just like your Zenrose, you know, your Scraping Bee, all the web scraping type of tools that have an API to it. Since it's already in the template, I figured I'll give it a go. It seems pretty affordable, and it looks like it's going to work as planned, so we'll give it a shot. So I recommend you sign up, check it out. I am not affiliated or sponsored by that, but you can see here that they'll give you 50 credits here, API calls, and then obviously it's pretty affordable here. Thing about, for what I do, and I'm sure it's going to be the same for you, is hey, if it's automated and it saves you time, it's probably worth it, because time is your biggest asset, right? And so if you're doing scheduled scrapes, it's all about timing when you reach out to prospective clients and prospects. And so what you want to do, like I said, go ahead and get logged in, and then you'll want to poke around, get familiar with it, and then obviously go into the where you create your API token, and then we will dive in where we can really put this pragmatically on Rails. So firstly, always good to check out the API docs because you'll want to just be familiar with in case you need to debug or anything like that. But you can see here during the authentication, this is the X API key. So anytime you do anything with APIs, you're going to have a key and a value. And so this is going to be the key, and then the value obviously is your token. And so what you want to do is go ahead and hit use workflow, and then in this case, obviously, there's no number of scenarios here, which for me, this is my self-hosted instance, and then you're going to want to import that. And so essentially follow the instructions. Now this is Google Sheets, so I went ahead and skipped the credentials because I'm going to personally push it to a Clay table. So double click on each node to make sure it is appropriately set and configured. And so this one's going to schedule to run one time every day at 8 a.m. and then make sure your time zone is good to go. So this keeps moving back, but we're going to go to settings, and then you can see for me it's Mountain Time in the United States. Shout out to everybody in the West Coast. But basically from here, if you're global, it's all good too. We're all in this game together, right? So yeah, and then you can see here, you want to create an account at Piloter, right? Get your API key. Pretty simple. If you don't know, put it down in the comments. I'll point you in the right direction. So you can see here, this will do Series A, Series B, and then Seed. And then all you want to do is click on each node, and then you're going to want to go to the credential. You're going to hit, you're going to create a new credential. And I'm not sure if it's going to show me my API key, so I'm going to leave that as is, and hopefully you have enough knowledge to put essentially exactly what's in here. So again, put X API key as the key, and then the value is going to be your API credential or your token. So that's done there, and then you want to hit test setup, and you can see the data, the schema is right here. It's parsed from the scheduled trigger, and then it's going to pass through, right? And then you're going to see all this data that's populated here, and you're going to see that there's a number of different companies that are listed, right? So, which brings on to our next node. And so this is going to split the results. So it's going to run each one of these nodes. So every day at 8, it's going to run this and then run through, and then series B, etc., etc. This one will split the results, and essentially it's going to do exactly that. It's kind of a dummy node, but it's going to split out items into results and no other fields. So you're going to see it's going to take these items and split that out, right? And then it's going to prepare data. So you're going to want to punch in this is all the keys and values. So name and value is already all pre-populated, and it's going to filter out these as an output, right? Then from there, it's actually going to enrich the data. And so it's going to take this and it's going to enrich the data for their LinkedIn, which is pretty awesome because it's taking the Crunchbase value and then taking their JSON link right there, right? And so from there, get LinkedIn from URL. So this is going to do, it's going to basically, there's JavaScript language here. It's going to pull all the information, and then it's going to merge the two, okay, on each and every one of them. And then this is going to be your, make sure it doesn't do anything here. No funny business. So what you're going to want to do is then just essentially create a brand new table, a webhook, right? And so we can just duplicate this. And don't mind that because I burned through my credits. Hashtag timing. You're going to want to go to table, and then you're going to want to, let's see here, import data from a webhook. Create a new blank table, and then what that'll do is create a new table, and you're going to see it's going to be through a webhook. So, and it's going to pop up with this, right? So you're going to want to copy this, and then you're going to want to do a post request, okay? So you're going to go to your n8n workflow, and you're just going to delete the Google Sheets node, and then you're just going to want to hit plus, type in HTTP. You're going to want to do an HTTP request, and then you're going to see here it's going to be a post request. Type in the URL, no authentication needed, but the other part too that you're going to want to turn on is to send body, right? So, because this is going to be initially triggered off, so we're going to want to turn that on. And then I just left these fields here, but you can see here I went to schema, okay? So you want to go to name, and then I just put round, and then you just drag over the data here, and then money raised, you drag over the data, okay? So on and so forth. Announced on, company name, right? And then company name, etc., etc. So you're going to want to drag all these that are valuable to you, and then you're going to test the setup. Now you're going to see it says data okay, so we're going to do a test setup, but I already did that. And so what that'll do is that's going to push a webhook to your Clay table, right? And so once it's in Clay, good to go, right? That's the bee's knees right there. So you can see everything has been parsed properly over to Clay. And from here, you just add it to as a column, right? And then from there, you can take your Clay workflow as far as you want, right? We're talking enrich company, finding the decision maker, you know, enrich their email, all that fun stuff, right? From there, and then do your favorite outreach tool, instantly, smart lead, you know, whatever your flavor is, Lemlist now. There's all the things, right? So biggest thing here is being able to use n8n on a scheduled workflow to do a fresh scrape and then send that data and that workflow over to Clay, where everything can be automated, and you essentially have a full suite of being able to reach out to Crunchbase, you know, fresh seeded and fresh funded companies to do your outreach, right? So if this gives you some business, good work. That's a good thing, right? All things AI automation. So I hope this video was valuable to you guys. If you want more content like this, please leave a comment. That's really helpful, and I do pay attention to that stuff. And also, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel out. Trying to post as much shareable, valuable content to you guys as much as possible. But nonetheless, about 10 minutes in, so that's good to go. So anyway, appreciate you watching, and take care. Have a good one.